Berserk chapter 381 just released. Let's talk about it. So to keep y'all up to date, last chapter, Guts was fully ready to accept death. Rakshas was right there to end Guts. That is until the young master managed to get involved. Mind you, this whole thing is happening in the Kushan nation. And at the end of the last chapter, Schierke, I think that's how you say her name, used her mind power or thought thing, I don't know what you want to call it, and made her way into the land of Falconia. The chapter begins with Lady Fairness after putting that blessing on top of the city while the trolls were trying to invade. This gets to her as she's a little faintly, while Serpico responds, "Exemplary work, Lady Fairness." Someone random saying, "It's not over. We could do nothing. Faced with that demon, our chiefs and generals have all been killed." As we see brutality at the highest extent, it's Berserk. I would expect nothing less. And apparently the Grand Elder, and I think the King of the land, if I remember correctly. All I know is I'm going to call him Hubba Bubba from now on. As everyone stands there and waits to see what he has to say. The Falcon of Light's assassins. If they come for us again, we will have no recourse, and eventually we will all be massacred. With the young prince thinking to himself, what a disaster. They've regressed to cravens, as if under the old emperor's reign of terror. If our leaders are in this state, then he gets cut off by Homeboy here and says the situation's taken a turn for the worse, huh? And this gets to Lady Fairness. Homeboy here saying, "Oh, Fairness, your magic won the day, and you go without even a word of thanks. Stand tall, be proud." Like a Sukuna Joko situation. Stand proud. You were strong. And Fairness here is blushing. Oh my goodness. Serpico starts smiling and then boom, out of nowhere, people start getting confused. People asking an incantation as they look towards an entryway into a building. As they all look to see who it could be, the young master says they've come. They look like Kushan monks. What you hear is a particular tongue for reciting sutras. And lo and behold, the monks have freed Guts. As Guts walks out in front of everybody. And homie looks like me right now. Yep, only he lost his arm. Mine's only broken. Everyone is shocked by his appearance, saying, "Guts, why is he here?" Serpico thinking to himself, "Nay, they are not monks, but sorcerers." As the Grand Elder looks at them and tells them to stop. Thinking to himself, it happened without us realizing it, but we were being swept away. Are we already subject to whatever this old schemer is planning? Correction, Serpico is thinking this. As Guts is now in front of Hubba Bubba Man. His homeboy here asks, what is the meaning of this? Release it, as he gets cut off by none other than Silat, the young prince. With homeboy questioning why he did what he did. Silat saying they are Brahmin. Not even royalty can easily approach them. Not to mention that you are in the presence of the Emperor. Don't try anything funny. With homeboy saying, Guts, did they drug him? He must be under their spell. With Fairness thinking, a spell. Fairness uses her mind telepathy powers to try to get to Guts, and this manages to actually get to him. Out of nowhere, Isidro just manages to barge in saying, hold up, old monster man. And this catches everyone off guard, as everyone's like, Isidro, what the hell are you doing, dog? As somebody asks, young man, do you know where you are? And he says, shut up. The blob then interjects and says, who's the boy? Daiba, throw him out. As the old man, now known as Daiba, says, as you command. They all rush the little kid and try to take his head off, with him saying, don't you try to sweep this under the rug. What are you gonna do to Guts? With Daiba then saying, an immense calamity has befallen us. It has taken the lives of many great people within the city. Ergo, I wish to lead the monks in rites of mourning for the departed, sudden and selfish though it may be. With the Michelin man saying, very well, I am not heartless, cremate the bodies. But Daiba, who is this one-armed, one-eyed fella? Not a monk, surely. Daiba responding, this one is not a monk, rather a criminal, burdened by karma. Karma? A criminal? In his current state, he's lost, adrift. This is stressing out the young prince. As Hubba Bubba Man says, General Daiba, no one understands our situation better than you, so be rid of this sinner. Imprison him, execute him, whichever you please. This man, you see, he invites evil and catastrophe. He is the one who turned our city into a sea of blood. He brought hell here, and this gets to everyone, shocking them to no end. And Guts just wants to die. Homie, just like every other chapter, wants to be offed immediately. And the Emperor is very confused as to what Daiba means, saying, Daiba, please, what? No, speak. With Daiba saying, there's a mark on his neck. He is the bearer of a cursed brand. It is an infernal totem that expunges life and draws demons in. A mark most sinister. Infernal totem, truly. Then Rakshas and the Preta were lured here by that man? Daiba saying, I will ask you once again. Lopping his head off would be easy enough, but not even I know what would happen should I still dispose of him. And this gets to the Emperor as he starts sweating bullets. With him saying, no, away with him now. Cast him in chains at the far end of the world. And everyone else in the vicinity says, that's right, it was all him. Be gone, vile demon, never show yourself here again. As Daiba says, as you command. With Guts accepting his fate, knowing that this is basically clockwork at this point. Great, chains again. Love that. Fairness and Homeboy are surprised at this decision. As we see the young prince in this awesome page say, the brand, a cursed mark, mother of disaster and bringer of devils. If that's true, Guts is no longer a worthwhile war asset. As we get a flashback image to something that happened earlier on in the manga, I don't remember, but I know that was nothing good. And one of the guys behind him says, young master. And the young master interjects saying, we'll follow wherever Guts and Daiba go. And this takes everyone by surprise. Although Homeboy here in the middle, what's with that side eye, homie? What's with that side eye? Reminds me of the Spider-Man villains, you know what I'm talking about? With like the Rhino and all the ones, they're all geeked up or shit. We then cut back to a random witch in Schierke and some sort of building with Schierke sleeping. With the random witch saying, Schierke, you're sleeping like the dead. Even though that uproar. Cheeky of you. While the gnome-looking wizard says, by the way, Molda, when's dinner? So now we know her name's Molda. With Molda saying, you just ate. And him responding, oh, did I? As we cut back to the people leading Guts and the rest of the people to the edge of the world. And in the final page of Berserk chapter 381, they take him to the end of the forest and are about to old yell at this guy. Or at least, that's what it seems. I get the feeling that old man Daiba here is going to go against the monks and set him free, knowing that Guts is the only thing between them and the Falcon of Light. But Guts is in a perpetual state of just wanting to end it all. After all, Costco was taken again. Griffith is doing whatever the hell he wants to now. Guts is currently stuck in his predicament. I will say Kentaro is doing a very good job than how it was like a few chapters back when it was handed over to him. But I gotta say, these chapter releases are taking damn near forever. It feels like years before a chapter actually drops, but thank God we actually got something. And while it wasn't much, I still very much enjoyed this chapter. It's getting there. I don't know what to expect next, but that's the best part of it.